Hi everyone, my name is Pip Coombs and I'm a self-published author and a physiotherapist. And today I'm going to do for you a review of the iOgrapher and content lighting as a kit for people looking to make videos to put on YouTube for various different types of content. So I create video content for my 9-to-5 job, which, as I said, is a physio. So sometimes I make information videos for patients about pelvic floor, about core muscles, about back pain, about foot pain, knee pain. I make heaps of those kind of videos. Sometimes I also make them to help patients know how to do their exercises at home. And obviously I also make these kind of videos for YouTube for my author platform, which is just starting out, and I thought it might be helpful for you guys to know some options of what's out there that I have tried already and what is great about some of those options and what's not so great about some of those options. So about 2 years ago I bought the iOgrapher kit for work. It was 649 Australian dollars. So I was pretty hesitant to make that kind of investment, but it is a tax write-off, so that helped. The other thing is that I was planning on making a lot of videos for work, which I have done, and I have used this kit. There were also heaps and heaps of good reviews for this kit. I know someone who was using this kit and raved about it, and I had a quick go using their kit and it seemed fine to me. And basically, I knew some people who spoke very, very highly of the iOgrapher set. So if I open it up so you guys can see what's inside and hopefully not tip it everywhere. So it's a padded suitcase, and inside there are a couple of different lens types. There is the handy phone holding device. There are some tinty things for your light. There is the light. And there is the microphone. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown on the iOgrapher setup. So you've got this handheld device, or it's got an attachment for a tripod, and you clip your phone into it, and then the microphone has a headset attachment piece. So for newer iPhones where they actually have the different attachment piece for headphones, you need the adapter. And then there's the lenses, which I said there's 2 in that packet, and you can attach them to the front, or you can obviously take it off and film without it if you feel that it's more appropriate to not use the lens. My big criticism is you can see how well the light and the microphone fit on the piece together. But even if you remove the microphone, which I'm not convinced did a hell of a lot, the light is still pretty tiny, and when we tried to use it for filming at work, it didn't really do anything. And my work has huge windows, so there's plenty of natural light. The difficulty is often the light was behind us, which makes it a little bit harder to film. But even when you didn't have the light behind you, this light was not really adequate to do much at all. I think the one time we actually got the light to show that it made a difference, I think it just made like a light spot of yellow light on one cheek, which is not really useful. So the really big downer for me for the iOgrapher, the really big con, is that the holding device doesn't fit all iPhones, which makes sense because they're all different sizes. But it's about $60 to replace it. So we had this package for a while I had an iPhone 5S, I think it was. And then about 18 months ago, I upgraded to an iPhone 7. And the iPhone 7 didn't fit in this, so then I had to buy a new device. So we're up to like $700 with iOgrapher. And I have to say that the lenses don't work the same way. So this isn't the iPhone 7 attachment. I've left that at work, and I've left the lens on the cap on the lens so that you don't get any reflection from that. But on the old iPhone S one, you used to spin the lens into the thread. On the iPhone 7 one, you have to clip it on like that. And I've just found that no matter how I fiddle around with it, I can't get the lens to sit in quite the right place where the corners of the video aren't slightly cropped or rounded. So I just don't find that it works as well. I find that the microphone and the light attachment are kind of fairly equally crowded, and either way the light is fairly ineffectual anyway. And I'm not convinced that the microphone actually does anything more than the iPhone mic. It might even make it worse. But basically the iOgrapher, while I have to say that I really like the handheld, the big pro for me is the handheld device. So I find this really useful when we're filming more freestyle for the clinic, or when we're filming something like a foot and you're right down low and the tripod's too high for that. I find that when you're filming for more than a couple of minutes holding your phone, your hands start to shake and the video quality is not so great. That doesn't happen as much with this. It's a much more comfortable hold. There's just something about the hand hold that makes life easier when you're filming with your camera. And obviously, I mean, we have just taken to using this at work with clipping the iPhone in and screwing it onto the top of a tripod and not using any lenses, but that kind of defeats the purpose for having paid $650 odd for the iOgrapher case. It definitely wasn't worth it. For $123 US from Content Lighting, I bought a 16-inch ring light. I'd heard a lot about them from YouTube vloggers, that they help for lighting when you're making videos like these. And I thought, well, I'll give it a try because I'm not really getting that much from the iOgrapher one. And $123 US seemed like a more reasonable cost. And I'm actually using the ring light now. I've got my phone clipped into it. It's really easy to use. This particular one also has an attachment so that I can use my DSLR camera to film the videos if I want to, which I find to be totally fine, and I've already done a couple with that, but it's a little bit harder to film on your own because you need to get it in focus. But just so you can see, this is with the light, this is without the light, with the light, without the light. So the light comes with like a tripod stand. It is not the most solid stand in the world, but totally does the job. And it came in a just a cardboard packing with a little bit of bubble wrap, and I fully expected to find it broken inside, but it was totally fine. And I have to say that because technology and we don't have a harmonious relationship, I've already dropped this light a couple of times and knocked over the tripod a few times, and it's still working just fine. So in terms of iOgrapher versus any kind of ring light, I would definitely go the ring light. And the ring light gives you so much more light, and you can actually adjust the brightness really easily. It's very user-friendly. It didn't actually come with any instructions because it didn't need any. And the iOgrapher is just so much more expensive, and I just can't imagine justifying the cost for once in hindsight, let alone for someone who's just looking to make YouTube videos to try and grow a platform. As I said, I can use it as a tax deduction for work, but given that you need to upgrade the handles every time the iPhone changes or the smartphone changes shape, it's an ongoing cost, and it's harder to justify. So I hope you found this review of iOgrapher versus content or ring lighting helpful. I will leave the links below for iOgrapher and the content lighting company that I used. I'm sure there are lots and lots of places that you could buy ring lights of all different sizes from, but that's just so you know which ones I have used. Don't forget to click the subscribe button if you'd like to be notified when I upload more videos and more content. And make sure you comment below if there's any videos you would like me to make or any products you would like me to review. Once again, I have not been paid or asked to do these reviews in any way, shape or form. They are just my straight up honest opinions. And I hope you found them useful. Bye.